gardening mindfully. I hope you are doing well. It's the first week of March 2022, and I wanted to take you around to look at my gardens where we planted 300 tulip bulbs. First, let's talk about tulips. Tulips come from Central Asia, where they grow wild in Turkey. They are said to be the third most well-known flower throughout the world. That's behind the beloved rose and the chrysanthemum. Tulips are also favored because of their large, showy blooms. You may have heard about tulip mania during the Dutch Golden Age in Holland, where people sold their entire home for one single bulb. Yes, just one single bulb. We are so thankful that tulip mania only lasted from 1634 to 1637. We planted 200 blush blend tulips and 100 Dutch Prince mix from the Netherlands Bulb Company. Now let's go ahead and walk around and look at the tulip bulbs. In this pot we have a chef choice rosemary in the middle, but not to get sidetracked by those violas, we'll take a closer look at the tulip. One thing I'd like for you to look at here is the height on the tulip. So that's the only one that's up and getting ready to open. The rest are still coming up. You'll see there's one in there. There's another one there. So in this pot, I actually was not planning on planting any tulip bulbs. So these were stuck in here like an afterthought. So it doesn't have a lot of bulbs. Now let's move down into the flower bed, and here you'll see, look at that. It's coming up, you see that bud there? Look. So it's getting ready to open, but the stem is missing. Let's go ahead and look at a few more. So in this bed here, along with the pots, we have 100 of the blush blend tulip. Again, it's coming up. It's a beautiful flower. It has about 6 petals, but they are short and stumpy. Over here, same thing. They're all lacking height. So that show-stopping display that I've been anticipating ever since we planted these bulbs just will not happen. Look at this one. The information that came with the bulbs said that the height should be between 12 and 14 inches, and that they will bloom in mid-spring. It's the first week of March, guys, so it's not spring yet. But look, isn't that glorious? We're getting sidetracked, but look at that. Gorgeous. Here's another one. I'm getting off topic, but I can't help myself. The French tree. Or Laura Pedlum. Now look at the tulips. They're all coming up, guys. But look, they are short and stumpy. Now let's go ahead and look at this pot. This pot also has violas, which the deer went ahead and browsed. So they basically just trimmed it back for me. But you'll notice that they're starting to flush back out. And look at the tulips. They are getting ready to burst open. But again, they're lacking height. Now let's look at the pots by the garage. Same thing. Very underwhelming. And these pots needs to be refreshed, which I'll do in a few weeks. Now let's go ahead and look at the island garden beds. These garden beds are in full sun all day. So these tulip bulbs are more open. Again, the flowers are just beautiful, but they're lacking height. So that dramatic display that we were anticipating. Look at this one. Actually, this one was eaten by the deer. Beautiful flowers, but hardly any stem at all. This grouping, they're all pink so far. Double play candy corn spirea, just beautiful. So these tulip bulbs, they are beautiful, but without the height, we're lacking a show-stopping display that we were expecting. Indoors because it's very windy outside. As you noticed, the tulips are beautiful. However, they're lacking height. So the show-stopping, dramatic spring display that I thought we were going to have this year just won't happen. So we'll have beautiful tulips. However, they lack height, which means there will be no drama. I decided to scour the internet to find the possible causes for these short, stumpy dwarf tulips. And I came up with 5 different possible reasons for stunted tulips. They are: 1, the bulbs were planted too deep. Number 2, they lack nutrients. Number 3, they did not get enough moisture. They were planted too late. And number 5, temperature or chill period. In order for tulips to perform and to grow to their proper height, they need between 8 and 16 weeks of cold temperature, which is 55 degrees and colder. And for us here in Zone 8A in the South Atlanta, Georgia area, our winter has been really mild. We have had cold days, but we have not had 16 weeks of 55 degrees or colder. When we were planting the tulip bulbs, we mentioned that the bulbs have everything they need in order to grow and to flower. Everything is inside that bulb. Because of our warm winter, everything inside the bulbs speed up and they basically rushed to bloom. So the bulbs did not take the time in order to grow the stems They just basically wanted to bloom because it was so warm. What I have found is basically there is not anything we can do this spring. What we can do for the bulbs that we'll be planting later on this year is to purchase them early enough so we can make sure that we put them in a place that's cold enough. For example, the bottom drawer in your refrigerator, and make sure that they get enough chill period before we place them outside in our landscape. There's also another company called Color Blends, and I've purchased tulip bulbs and other bulbs from Color Blends in the past. And they offer a service where they will chill the bulbs on your behalf and they'll ship it to you just in time for planting. I hope you're having a different outcome with your tulip bulbs and that they will perform magnificently and that you will have a show-stopping display this spring. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to Gardening Mindfully and make sure to hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we upload new videos. Happy gardening, everyone.